I now call on Mr. Ambassador Remigiusz Henczel, the Honorable Representative of the Republic of Poland, to take the floor. Mr. Ambassador, you have the floor.
I thank you, Mr. Chairman, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Republic of Poland, I would like to express our gratitude to UN ISDR for organizing this interesting and valuable meeting. The fourth session of the Global Platform for Disaster Risk Reduction has a significant role in the whole preparation process to the World Conference on DRR in 2015. It's almost completing. And now time has come for reflection on the participation of all stakeholders in building the framework for broad resilience agenda. Poland has been contributing to the implementation of the Hyogo framework for action by strengthening its own national disaster management system, assisting its development partners countries in building their disaster risk reduction and preparedness profile, as well as participating in the international DRI debate in humanitarian and development sector. Within the recent 8 years, the Hyogo framework for action has been a crucial instrument for the international community to support work towards more preemptive and systematic approaches to managing the risk of disasters. It has been particularly efficient in stimulating progress in DRR actions at the national and regional all levels. Progress in understanding the resilience concept and improved resilience targeted programs in the field are too slow and hampered by limited availability of funds, but it is changing. The lines between preparedness, disaster risk reduction, and resilience still are unclear. Preparedness for disaster saves livelihoods. It saves time and money. Therefore, the priority of investing in national and local preparedness capacity is essential to strengthen resilience to increasing global risks. It is crucial for governments to promote society full knowledge about the risk, vulnerabilities, and to have the capacity and adaptation to climate change. Local governments are at the front line of disaster, and their role should be further reinforced in the Hyogo framework for action. 2. DRR project implemented by the Polish Institute of Meteorology and Water Management, National Research Institute, relating to the climate change, influence on the national economy and IT framework to assess the risk of natural hazards are just the examples of how Polish government was developing its national disaster management system in recent years. Natural disaster will mostly strike in the middle-income countries. Existing work in disaster preparedness at all levels deserves more financial support. That is why Poland strongly advocates for urgent shifting of paradigm by international system to systematically and proactively facilitate links and create new mechanisms to redefine relationship with affected states by bridging the divide between humanitarian aid and development assistance. In this regard, we have supported the recent EU work on the comprehensive approach to disaster resilience and better coordination of EU development and humanitarian actors. Poland shares the view that Hyogo framework for action has been a useful tool to identify priority for action. That is why its core elements should be preserved and reinforced in the future. At the same time, the issues which have not progressed substantially since 2005 or have not been sufficiently reflected in the present DRR framework should be given particular attention in Hyogo framework for action 2. The efficient mechanisms to identify, share and replicate the success stories, good practices and recommendations from disaster-prone countries is needed in the future DRR framework. In order to build resilience, the stakeholders should not aim at changing the present architecture, but shall improve concrete operations. In conclusions, Mr. Chairman, Poland remains committed to strengthening and accelerating the dialogue within UN ISDR system on the content of post-2015 framework for disaster risk reduction by improving its performance regarding resilience agenda. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador.